Thank you, Mr. Madhu, for that very warm introduction. When we were discussing this program, he asked me what subject do you think will be good to talk about. And there were 2 or 3 that came to mind, but the editor's decision was final. He decided on music is universal. I think it's a truism and everyone knows and agrees that yes, music is universal. But what exactly do we mean when we say that? So before I get down to that, since we are a reasonably small number of people here, I'd just like to have a small feedback on what each of you thinks is music. What does music mean to you? What do you think is music? Let's start with Mr. Madhu.
Music is emotion, entertainment, it's divinity.
Okay, that's a good start. Yeah, anybody, a few people. Yes?
Inspiring. It is one form of communication.
Okay.
I will say meditate. It is the meditation.
Okay.
Inspiring.
Inspiring.
Music is melody.
Okay.
There's a song from Hindi movie called Akhteswar. That song goes like that. सबसे पहले संगीत बना था उसके बाद जान सिखा दी.
गाना तो गा के सुनाइए ना.
गाना सुनो ना.
For the ladies?
Music is God's gift.
Okay. Okay, so we have a very wide spectrum here. Music is divinity, music is inspiration, music is meditation, it's communication, it's God's gift. Music is all of this. Now you say music is communication, so how is it that music communicates to us? Right? I mean, we are a very heterogeneous group of people here. I think some people speak Hindi, some people speak Telugu or Tamil, Gujarati. So is it possible that one piece of music communicates to all in the same manner, or is it different? Let's just start. Let me sing a small shloka for you, and then let's go ahead from there and then see how this melody strikes you and whether whatever else we listen to has anything in relation to that. Padmakam Gajananam Aharnisham Vanekadam Tam Bhaktanam Given the context, that we are in Chennai and this is the beginning of a program, we all know that this is an invocation. Right. Now, how many of you know music here? Does anybody know what raga I sang this in? Yes. Just keep the sitar with you. That was in Raga Mohana. Now let me play a few clips for you and Let's see if you find anything similar. That incidentally was a Chinese song. Let's next listen to a Japanese song.
らを待ってる
Does it sound a bit similar to what you heard? What we heard was a Japanese song, a Chinese song, and before that we heard a Sanskrit shloka. You find that the notes are the same, the progression is the same, just the way that it's been handled is a bit different. This is one way of looking at the universality of music, where we take the notes and you say that there are 7 notes in music. Here is Swarangalukul Ettane Paadal is a very famous film song. And the Saat Sur in Hindi and the octave in Western music. Now all kinds of music is basically contained within these 7 notes. So when we say it's Indian music, how do we sing the Sarli Varse or the Sargam? Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. This is the Shankaravarnam Raga. Now the same thing when it's presented in Western music. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The notes are the same, but it sounds different, doesn't it? When we sing it as a ragam, how do we sing it? Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, ni, ga, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. This is a very, very popular raga in Indian music. and it's equally popular in Western music. Now when I say music, it doesn't necessarily mean only classical music, okay? Let's listen to this song. How many of you recognize it? We're not able to get the words onto that. Play another popular song by the same group.
I give her all my love,
Right.
that's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. I love her. She gives me everything
Based on a raga.
and tenderly. Love is my lover brings. She brings to me, and I love her.
Da, 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 da. And I love him. This brings an interesting story to mind. One of my teachers, Professor Subramaniam, is a very well-known musician and teacher. He was teaching in Delhi University. And my husband, who was a good friend of mine at that point in time, wanted to learn music, and I introduced him to Professor TRS. So he said, can you sing something so I can listen to your voice and see how you sing? So he hadn't learned any music and was a bit shy, and he said, no, I've only been listening to Western music. So I said, never mind. So he sang an English song. What song is it?
Leaning on a jacket.
So it's a very famous song by John Denver, Leaving on a Jet Plane. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Taxi is waiting outside my door. He sang that. And my teacher he did not know so much of Western music. He said, Parvala, pani, pada, let me listen to your voice. And he said, all my bags are packed. Margari Gama, all my bags are packed. So he started doing Swaraprastaram to the song. All my bags are packed. Sari Gama Gari, Sari Gama Padani, Magari, all my bags are packed. So, just to show you that no matter what genre of music, once you get into it, if you have a ear for it, you can find the technicality of it. But for those of us who are not cognizant with the technical aspects of music, the melody is as much there for us to understand. In fact, that's what we mean when we say music is, it communicates, or music is a language. It's basically a language of emotions. And we find various, even within a particular genre of music, how does music communicate to us? I mean, it's possible that I don't know Kannada or I don't know Telugu, and a large portion of Carnatic music is in Telugu. But how is it that people in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, are able to enjoy the music so well? Because it's the music that communicates to you and not necessarily the lyrics. Now let's look at some other popular ragas and see how a particular raga can communicate in so many different ways. Let's listen to this. This is a well-known song and raga. anyone knows, you can guess the raga.
जलता है जलने दे मगर आंसू भरी है जीवन की राह आंसू भरी है ये जीवन की राह कोई उनसे कह दे हमें भूल जाए आंसू भरी है ये जीवन की राह कोई उनसे कह दे हमें भूल जाए आंसू भरी
So what is the mood conveyed by the song?
Continue.
But the mood is quite similar to the one that's done by
Very
Shivaji.
Yaman, I think.
Yes. Mr. Chari is getting all full marks today. This is Yaman. Now see, but the mood of the song is a bit melancholy, isn't it?
So,
Now let's listen to another song which is in the same raga and tell me what this sounds like to you. But do you believe both songs are in the same raga?
somewhat similar to Namadam Mastakalam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is. Now the same thing we can listen to it in classical. Now see, my point here is that we don't need to know the language of the music, right? Each of the songs was in a different language, but you're able to enjoy the music. Now, see how different it was. Aasu Bhariye was such a melancholy song, and that was the mood that was generated by that. But Radha Sameta Krishna is so cheerful and peppy, and it's a very happy song. Now tell me what you feel when you listen to this song. One of the all-time greatest musicians, do we have it next to this? Dr.Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam. this sound to you?
Devotional.
Devotional, yes, but that's a very wide devotion can be in many ways.
You feel like crying now.
Yeah, it's a little towards melancholy or sadness, right? Now let me move on to another raga, and you tell me how this communicates with you. Again, we have different songs here. Let me play a song here by the Queen of Songs. Appeal to you? What is the mood that you feel in this song?
Contemplative? No.
Contemplative? I don't know, you have to tell me, I can't. Devotional? Right. See, a lot of Carnatic musicians sing Hindi bhajans, Meera bhajans and all of the concepts because it's more the power of the song that comes through than actually understanding the meaning of the song. Abhangs are so popular in the south, it's not as if all of us understand Marathi or what the songs mean. In fact, there used to be this elderly gentleman, Mr. M.O. Srinivasan, I don't know if you knew him, he was a great cricketer, and so he would tell me, when I came from Delhi, so he would sing a lot of bhajans and I said, Mama, you bhajan paadena. So I think most of you understand Tamil, right? Yeah. So he said, Enna bhajan ma, inga ellarukkum Meera bhajan na theriyadhu. Kahat Kabira na Adhimati Kahat Kamira Not to take away, but to say that it's the power, the devotional power that's communicated through bhajans or through abhangs, that's what reaches people more than saying, me rupi manda hetu deyo. I know how many people will understand that. Right? Now let's see different angles to this raga. Let me play another song. This is also in the same raga. Somebody said music is melody. Now let me play you a very, very unusual, unexpected song in this raga. You listen to the song, you may not even think it is a raga.
Thank you.
These are all songs in the raga Pidu. Now see, it didn't matter that you didn't know what raga this was, right? And you were able to enjoy each of the songs for what they stood. It doesn't matter if you don't understand classical music, you don't understand the language, it doesn't matter. Because music is something that you should listen with your heart and not with your mind, right? So this is, like Mr. Madhu wanted me to share some of my experiences of my travels abroad. This is very interesting because, when I sing in America, the audience is largely people who have migrated from here. It is the Indian diaspora that comes to the concerts, and their listening levels are as good as any sabha in Chennai that we sing at. But there are many other countries that, when I perform, and the people who are maybe in Europe, they are completely Germans, or one has sang in a place as remote as Finland. And Finland, incidentally, is very, very musical. The country is in darkness for 6 months of the year. So all they do in those 6 months is they do a lot of art and craft, and they do a lot of music. So it's such a small country, but they have so many church choirs that sing remarkably well. So I was invited there to perform at a World Vocal Music Festival, and also asked to conduct a workshop for the participants. Their level of understanding of music was amazing. They had no clue about Indian music, but when I explained the progression of a raga or the combination of notes or how notes appear in a raga and in what way it is different from Western music, they were able to appreciate it so well, and they enjoyed the concert tremendously. The same thing happened when I sang in France once, and at the end of a concert, an elderly lady, she came to me and she said, she had tears in her eyes, and she said, I really don't know what you sang, but it touched me here. And I think that is the best ratification you can have for the music, the divinity of our music, the power of music to reach out to people who may have no clue about what it is that you're singing. Of course, in Indian in history or our narratives, we have so many stories of how Tansen sang and had the lamp lit up, and then after singing the Raga Deepak, he became so hot with fever after the lights came on. He had instructed his daughter to sing Meg at a different location, and after she sang and the rains came, and then he cooled down and he survived because of that. And closer home we have stories of how Muthuswami Dikshitar brought rain in Yatyapuram, where he was, for those of you who may not be aware of the story, he was traveling on a bullock cart in this village, and it was completely stricken by drought and absolutely dry. And when he asked the man who was driving the cart what happened, he said, we've not had rains for a very, very long time. And this is a very famous composition. I'll just sing the portion. It's very beautiful here. This raga beautifully is called Amrita Varshini. I guess after so much drought, any water was like Amritam at the village. Ananda Amrita Karshini Amrita Varshini Harati Pujite Shive Bhavani Ananda Amrita Karshini Amrita Varshini Harati Pujite Shive Bhavani Ananda Amrita Karshini. The end of the song, in the last couple of lines, he says, Sananda Hriday Nilaye Sadaye Satya Sukrishniye Kave Tvam Santatam Chintaye Amriteshwari Salilam Varshaya Varshaya Varshaya. Salilam, water, Varshaya, may it rain. So you don't know here whether it's the power of his devotion, whether it is the power of the lyrics, whether it is the power of the music, or perhaps a combination of all three. But it's such such a beautiful narrative. We don't know how much is history, how much is fact, how much is fiction. But a story like this, I think, is enough to inspire any of us to listen to music and understand the power and beauty of music. I think I'll just wind up here with sharing with you what other people have said, great people across the world, on what they think is music. Rabindranath Tagore says, "Music fills the infinite between two souls." Please listen, how beautiful. It's a very small, simple sentence, but it's so profound. Music fills the infinite between two souls. Tukaram had a very beautiful way of saying it in an abhang. He says, "Talking is the conversation between two minds." Talking is the conversation between two minds. Silence is the conversation between two hearts. Silence is the conversation between two hearts. Yes, I want to know that you're with me. And singing is the conversation between two souls. See how beautiful it is. Talking is the conversation between two minds. Silence is the conversation between two hearts. And singing is the conversation between two souls. George Bernard Shaw, of course, in his own inimitable way, had to say that hell is full of amateur musicians. Albert Einstein said that while calculus would have survived without either Newton or Leibniz, the world would not have been the same had Beethoven never lived. Albert Einstein has always said that it's been music that has inspired him, and in fact, he credits the cognitive thinking of his brain to the power of music, and that is what inspired him to think about and come up with the theory of relativity. One of the quotes which is very close to my heart is that of Oliver Wendell Holmes, and he says, "Take a music bath once or twice a week for a few sessions. Take a music bath once or twice a week for a few sessions. You will find it is to the soul what a water bath is to the body." All of you, I would recommend you to do the same. And I think I shall stop with that, because it's a very interesting study to continue further to see what it is about music that connects people, that inspires people. Why should one listen to music? There's been so much of research that's been done on the impact of music on the mental and physical well-being of people. In fact, the entire human energetic system is substantially influenced by sounds. Which is why we can talk about the emotion of music, the power of music, the entire concept of music therapy, where exposure to certain kinds of music can lead to well-being. Of course, the corollary also is that exposure to certain kinds of music can be detrimental to health. But we should look at the positive aspects of that. But that again is an entirely different area of study, and requires a lot of attention to detail in that as to why we should listen to music and how music impacts the mind, the heart, the body, and how it leads to physical and mental well-being. Well, here's wishing you a very happy, melodious, harmonic life ahead with lots of music. Thank you for inviting me here today.